Hello, good people of the internet. Today we're playing Tetra Tactics, which is a roguelike deck building card game based off of the minigame from within Final Fantasy VIII called Triple Triad, which is a card game, and also takes elements from Final Fantasy IX's minigame, Tetra Master. This game, it also makes it into roguelike, as we discussed. This game is very complex, but bear with. I'm going to explain how it works. If you don't understand, I've never played Triple Triad, Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy IX, and Tetra Master, don't worry, because it isn't exactly like those. I'm halfway through a run. I've already played a couple runs. What I'm going to do is show you the in-game battle, and then a couple of the shops that you get, and then I'm going to jump back to the main menu to kind of start a new run, even though it will probably destroy this run, to show you what it starts like, because it felt better to start in the middle of a run, because it takes a little while to get here. This is already 11 nodes in, and as with anything past Slay the Spire, we have to have this kind of roguelike path. Anyway, obviously, well, there's a legend here. So we could go to the merchant, but I'm going to go to a battle first. Now, if you ever played Triple Triad, there was like an open rule. Open meant that you could see everyone's cards. That seems to be the case here. You can always see your opponent's cards. So these are your cards in blue, your opponent's cards are in red. Again, as with Triple Triad, it used to spin and pick a random starting person. This time, you always start. Maybe that's something that will change in the future. So we have these cards, and we want to place them on the board. I suppose if you played Triple Triad, you thought, well, there's only 3x3. If you play Tetra Master, then you know that there's 4x4. Obviously, Triple Triad being 3, Tetra being 4. This is taking the approach of having 4, but it's a 4x4 grid, but your mechanics are more closely linked to Triple Triads. So we're going to place something on the board, and when we place it, it will, with the numbers around it, attack any other monsters. I don't know what these are called. Creatures, let's call them. On the board next to them. If the number is bigger, the attack is successful and the card flips and becomes yours. Let's demonstrate this. So we're going to play the wolf dog here. There's nothing to attack, but we placed it in such a place where we got a bonus, but then the opponent placed their Fang Demon and stole it. Now, in the Triple Triad games, there were the 9 number ranks, and then there was an A. An A meant 10. Here, you can't increase a 9 into a 10. However, there is this sword, which effectively trumps numbers and beats them. There are other symbols, which we'll come to. Don't worry. But as you can see, they placed their card, and because the sword is effectively rank 10, it beat our 6, and therefore they captured our card. So they currently have 2 cards, and we have 0, as you might expect. So we have to try and work out a way that we can take 1 or more back. We can only sit next to one of these, and it probably makes sense to sit maybe down here. In fact, you could look at the cards that they have and see that they are strong attacking from above, because they have this one here. Above and below, really. So we kind of maybe would prefer to be up here so that they can't attack downwards, they have to attack upwards. We also have these special abilities. So when you start, you have a choice of characters, and you can unlock more characters, but each character comes with their own abilities. So this character has 2 abilities: Battle Ready, which gives all numbers on a card +1. So if, well, I was going to use it, but I'll just explain the other one first. Training Day, which gives the lowest number on a card +4. Just trying to work out. I'm not going to use that one, but as an example, the lowest number on this card is 0, and so it will increase them by +4. When there's a tie, it seems to do all the numbers, which is a really big bonus. Huge, I would say. Anyway, so if we wanted to place this card, it's maybe too powerful. Like, do we want to beat this one or this one? I don't know. And the game becomes relatively complex, and it's not really one that you just want to breeze through If we're expecting to lose, then let's just take it with this one. Now you saw that when we captured, something happened. We got a +1 on this card, and that's because we have these relics. When you first start a run, you are given a treasure relic, and then on the map, when you hit a treasure node, you also can pick up a treasure relic. And when you defeat a boss at the end of a level, so we were just near the beginning of a second level, so we'd already beaten one, then you can get a boss relic as well. So this relic said when an enemy card is captured, the last card of your deck gets +1 to its lowest number, which is this one, because the last, it means this. So if I move this down here, then this will start getting the boost, which maybe is better. There are also things on the board which do various things. So this is this ability here, but it's on the board. So if I was to place this down here, then it would get, 3 8s and a 7. This increases odd numbers by 3 and decreases even numbers by 3, so it's a bit of 50-50 card. So if you have one with lots of odds, so it wouldn't be good for this card, but it would be really good for this card. And give the lowest non-zero number on a card -3, and then another one of those things. Okay, what we haven't come across yet is combos, which I'm trying to work out how we can activate a combo. Maybe we just take... Yeah, let's just take this one. For now. You can see our ability triggers. They also have an ability. Okay, that is good. I lost a couple of cards, and you'll wonder why I'm saying it's good, but bear with. So their ability, their relic, when your turn starts, all your cards in play get +1 to a random number. So it's making them stronger. Now, I said it was good because we have a bow. And what the bow does is it captures all cards at a range of 2 or more, except for shields. But it can't attack or defend itself. So if I place it here, it will attack both of these. Okay, actually, having said that it's good, this has a shield, so it wouldn't actually attack this, and it would only attack this. Fine. However, if I put it here, then it will attack both of these, and that will cause a combo, because when you take 2 or more cards, that's a combo. It will only actually mean I capture this one as well, so it's not the best of moves. But it is a start. So let's go for it. It also weakens us because it has backstab, which is -3 to the 2, so they're just going to be 0. But you'll see we lose the 2s from the backstab, we get both of these. 2 captures improves that. And because of the combo, it means that these cards try and attack whatever's next to it. And I said that we can't level up a 9, but it appears that this relic does level up 9s. So I guess ignore what I said before. Okay. So we could stick a card here. And that would steal the whatever this thing is. We don't need to stick this powerful thing here. But I'm trying to leave this to sit at the bottom, these gaps at the bottom. This can be a winner of everything in a minute. Okay. And the fact they've put their shield here means that the sword rank, it says it trumps all numbers and ties against itself, but it won't trump a shield, so that means we can't use it for that. However, we could use this card, which would take this and this, because the 2 would beat this, and the bow would get the range on this one. It does mean that I'm probably not going to take that. Well, or this one. So yes, then we have a choice. We can just get blocked, or we can take this card up here. And as you can see, we're probably not that worried about their last card. Blue wins. You get some coins, and sometimes there is an event that happens. Score on our crustaceans that gather the magical properties trapped in the sand and convert the energy into food. Inside their claws, concentrated magic essence can be extracted from the meat all champions need to eat. So basically you get a choice, and you can either go to the card shop, or you can get discount upgrades. Now I like the sound more of discount upgrades, and this is what is also known as the Forge, except these are discounted. So for some of your hard-earned coins, you can change some of the stats on your cards, and I've already done that throughout this run a little bit. I'm not sure if any of these really fit or work. Maybe the magic could go well on this one because it fits with the +1 on the top and the bottom and the magic on the right to change the weak to. What does magic do? The magic rank can capture any card except a shield, but it's also captured by any attack. So when you place it down, it's really powerful, but as soon as you have placed it down and it starts defending, that's when it becomes really weak. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword, which is why replacing a 2 is okay, but you may not want to replace anything beyond a 2. This shop, when you do the +1 upgrade, I think I've done it before, a 9 doesn't turn into a sword, or like if you have a 2 and you have a +8, it doesn't turn into a sword either. So anyway, let's grab that and stick on here, because that makes that card a bit more interesting. It does use up all of our cash, and it probably ruins what I was going to show you next anyway, which was the various shops, because we got the card merchant, and it's maybe a little bit of a problem with, or maybe it's because I haven't gone through the game that many times, but the shops are very expensive for the coins that you have, so you're not going to be like buying loads and loads of stuff every time. And as you can see, if I saved my money, then we could have replaced one of these with something else. Like this is a double sword guy, but it's weak up here, but then, you know, fits very well, at least for 2 directions. There's guys with a shield, a sword, and a bow. That's a very interesting combination. In fact, this is a legendary card. There's a few legendary cards. You can see when I hover over it, it tells you the rarity. They also have XP, which we'll get to when I come back to the main menu. So yes, I can't afford any of these. Would I have swapped anything out? I don't know. There's a couple of weaker ones here. This isn't actually too good, but it does work very well with our leader ability, which adds +4 to the lowest number, and that, you know, makes this very quickly quite a good card. But yeah, without the coin, it doesn't really make sense to do that anyway. But yeah, it permanently replaces the card, and you can't swap back. So it's not like you keep this on the side and you can say, actually, I want to put it back in. You lose the card, which maybe would have been better to do something to have that kind of swapping mechanic, but it's the game making you do stuff. Then this is the Forge. Obviously, I didn't know that we were going to get that random event with the Forge before, but you can find the Forge on the map. And again, you can get various upgrades. Some of them obviously negative. But if you were to put the -1 on a space where there is a symbol, then it doesn't really take effect. But apparently a shield +5 is a legendary jagged shadow crystal. We can afford a couple of these. Will we actually want to use them? I don't think so. I'm just going to hit close because we're going to quit this run anyway. But you can upgrade things again, coins permitting. I did spend the coins before. We're not like halfway through the run and have so few coins. I have spent a good amount of coins. And then there are treasure nodes, and I've already mentioned the relics. But when you get to such a node, here's what you're kind of given the option of, which is 3 treasure relics. And there's quite a lot. I don't think I've seen too many duplicates across the few runs that I've done. When an enemy card is captured, the attacking card gets +2 to its lowest number. So that will be your card getting a boost. When you gain supply and you have no more than 1600 gold, you gain 350 gold. And supply, so you don't, if you lose a match, because there's a bit of randomness to it as well, and it's relative, it can be a bit difficult. you lose supplies rather than just losing the entire adventure. So you can improve the number of supplies you have, or you can, well, you can get new supplies in some way. I'm not entirely sure how, but this is then a relic that kind of plays into that. If you're kind of walking through the game losing a lot and getting lots of supplies, then maybe this is a good thing for you. And when your card is captured and you have the low score, as in the fewer number of cards, all the cards in play change a symbol to a new random symbol, and that seems a bit random. I like the ones which just boost you when you do capturing, because that's a fairly common activity. Anyway, so you would complete this. This is like the boss here, but then there's 3 screens, 3 acts or 3 levels, whatever you want to call it. The first one is just people, like bosses, the second one people bosses, and the third one comes into a single guy, and I haven't actually managed to defeat that guy yet. And as you progress through the number of nodes, the things get harder. So in the very early game, there are no special symbols. They're all like kind of common, you know, creatures. This is why I wanted to show you something in the middle of the game where it's not common. There are some like interesting things happening. Also, the boards are like relatively empty, and there are no special nodes or anything there. But yeah, we're going to, if we go back to the main menu, I'm going to abandon the run, which I assume means I don't get the crystals, but oh well. Okay, no, it does. It gives me shards. So when you finish a run, it gives you this little stats. Timelapse for 40 minutes apparently to get up to that point. I don't know if I did actually leave halfway through the run, so maybe ignore that. Anyway, you get a number of shards, and those shards can be used to A, unlock new heroes. So I said that we chose this hero. There are all these other ones with different abilities. This guy has give the highest of those numbers on a card +3, and also the highest number on a card -4. So you'd use this on your opponent, I guess. This has the backstab ability, which we saw before on the board. Also give all numbers on a card -2. And some of these guys are relatively expensive, so these ones worth more maybe have really powerful abilities. Remove all symbols from a card in your deck, gain a potion. I didn't talk through potions. That was the other node that we could have found as well, is a potion shop. Potions are relatively cheap, like somewhere between 80, 150 gold, and they're like one-time boosts. So like in a game, you could have, similar to the Forge crystals, it would apply a +2, -3, and a shield on your unit, but only for that one combat. So anyway, you can unlock heroes with these shards, or you can unlock perks. And so I've gone down the get me more shards perk, so that I could progress quicker. But there are perks along the lines of get more gold, which would be really helpful, or merchant costs a lot less. So I will be trying to get those next, maybe. Free rerolls of the... Is that shopping? I don't know. Apparently I've got a rank in that. Hero starts with more rare cards, so that makes the runs easier. Starting epic card is now legendary, would make the run easier. And things like more supply, get supply from chests, lose supply when you, or lose less supply when you lose a match. So if you're wanting to be supply-y, and potions and all that stuff. More legendary gems appear in the Forge. And also, so we mentioned XP, when you have used your creatures enough, you can come to the augment section. And so this hyena, we've already, I think we maxed out the XP. We've already augmented it. Is there another one? Not enough XP. Have we? Okay. Well, let's say, pretend that this is for the first time. You'd come in here and you'd say, hey, give me a augment, similar to like this thing. It would cost you a number of shards. This one being common, this one rare. So this costs 60 shards, but this only costs 25 shards. So it's relatively cheap. And it comes in here, and the base card is 0016, so the same numbers, but it then has a special symbol, which you probably saw on our bear earlier. And you can choose which one, whenever you have this card, which one appears for you. So It's in different places and different things, but flame shield, capture the attacker after a successful block. So if they come at you with like a 3, then that's a block, and you would then capture them, which is quite good. Cleave hits diagonal cards as well, which is really good. And backstab, a different type of backstab, I guess, swaps position with the defending card before attacking, which I'm not sure if I saw in use, but I imagine if you put it this side, and there's a card here, it would swap with that one and then play the 6 against the other side. And it's a good way of getting deep into there. Anyway, so you can change the augment for free if you want to. This one looks like, because it's still leveling up, that we are going to get a better augment maybe, or a double augment. So that'll be interesting. And you can kind of see the whole selection of creatures. I don't know why there are some which we haven't seen or haven't got access to. But yeah, okay, here's one. The Motley Crawler. So 005 and a sword. And we can change it such that they either have a flame shield or they always defeat shields. Sorry, flame shield, which blocks if successful block, which you would assume that's always going to be successful, so that's probably good. Always defeats a shield as well. And we said before that shields were unbeatable. And the shove, which pushes the attacking card back after successfully defending. So of these ones, I don't know, maybe it's nice to have a shield breaker. But also if you change your mind, you can come back here and change it, which is nice. It also shows you the relics that you have seen in the game. So I've seen 20 of 70 and 10 of 30. Who are the people that made the game. They provided the key, so thanks to them. And yes, I said I was going to start a new run, just to show you what the beginning looks like, and then we'll, I don't know if we'll keep running through. So as I said earlier, you can, well, just when you start a run, you get a treasure relic. And so when the enemy's turn starts and you have the low score, all cards in the enemy's deck at -1. I tend to not have the low score a lot. When you combo all enemy cards in play, change all symbols to bow, which sounds very dangerous, because if they then combo back the next time, you're going to lose even more. When the enemy's turn starts, a random card from the enemy's deck gets -1 to all numbers. When the enemy turn starts, that sounds really good. Sure, we'll take that. And then you can see there's this kind of flow that we had before. We obviously want to get a treasure chest. If there was a shop or a forge on the way, well, so I guess we'll just go this way. And then this is where you find out which monsters you're first starting with. And I didn't realize that we had chosen a different person, but that's fine. I haven't actually played with him, so I may not be geared up to win. You can see like we have what appears to be many more rubbish things, and they have lots of things which are also looking rubbish. In fact, we haven't leveled up any of these to have any augments. And yeah, this is kind of what the start of the game would look like. So anyway, if you've made it this far, you've probably liked this video, so please do click the like button, subscribe for more in-depth introductions to indie games. And I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.